Oh, let's go live. Bam!
Okay. Sounds good.
There was somebody there and I missed him.
Oh.
Oh, well. All right.
Sup?
Good morning. It is Tuesday.
Yay, it's Tuesday.
So excited.
Right?
Anyway. So, how did your week go? I know how bad mine went.
Well, let's
Hot coffee.
see. I started
Or,
off Tuesday and Wednesday.
yeah.
Or I finished off. Well, no. I didn't finish off Tuesday great. Because we talked about. And then Wednesday and Thursday. I did awesome.
Yeah.
And then you and I had a discussion
And then everything fell apart after that.
about, with Easter coming up, and was it realistically a good idea to bet $100 for just 1 week? And we
Not
were
even a
both,
full week. It was
yeah,
6 days.
and both of us were like, no, that seems a little excessive. Let's make it a month, and
Yeah.
with Easter, and I went, okay.
Yeah, so, oof.
And this weekend was really rough. I ate 2 Easter dinners, Mike.
Yeah, you did.
We made ham here for lunch and did ham and deviled eggs and rolls, and that's it. We didn't do anything else like fancy.
Yeah, we're lame.
And then I went out to Nanny's and had brisket and and scalloped potatoes and roasted broccoli and super yummy green beans and cheesecake, and then I came home and ate chocolate raspberry cake
On top of the candy you got.
on top of an entire basket full of candy. uh yeah.
So how much did you gain?
Well, the other thing I haven't done is drink any water
Yeah.
in, I don't know, 2 to 3 days. And when I say no water, I mean like none.
Well, I even have water in my coffee at least.
I mean, I've had like 2 to 3 sodas a day. I've had some coffee. I've had some Rebels, but like, I'm trying to think. Airbeth gave me a little bottle of Aquafina when we got home finally on Sunday night, and I drank like half of that.
Nice.
Before that, it would have had to been like Friday or Saturday since last time I actually had water.
Yeah. So, again, let me ask, how much did you gain?
4.2 pounds.
See, now it's a good thing we didn't bet because I only gained 2.
Which means you would have won, right?
Yeah.
Except our bet was who lost more, not who gained the least.
Yeah.
So
that's all good.
I believe our bet was a wash.
Yeah.
Because our bet was who loses more, not who gains the least.
Yeah.
How was your week?
Oh my God. So I was doing great like you, Wednesday and Thursday. Friday I was doing fairly well, and then everything just kind of fell apart like wicked fast.
Well, Friday was the day we decided to go shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but like you, I didn't drink nearly enough water. Normally I have about 3 of these a day. This is my water bottle, 24 ounces. And I don't think I drank an entire one over the entire weekend.
Yeah.
I filled it up at least once. I know that. But
Oh, wait, that's not true. Annika filled this up for me. Well, again, on Saturday. On Friday.
I'm still working on it.
Either on Friday or... No, I just filled it up this morning.
Oh.
So, since Friday night when Annika filled this up when we were playing Diablo, I drank one of these.
Ah.
So I guess I lied. I had some water. I think it's 36 ounces.
Woo.
32. It's a 32-ounce bottle.
In 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. A little over 10 ounces a day. That's awesome.
I honestly think I had it emptied by, like...
That's one of these.
Friday night.
It's my coffee cup.
I think I had it emptied Friday night when she filled it up for me.
Yeah. So I didn't have much water either. And I could feel Monday morning my hand was kind of swollen and stiff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was definitely I think that's more of a salt thing. But that just goes to show that I sure as fuck didn't drink enough water.
Yeah.
So, everything's a wash. And we are doing 4 weeks this time.
Starting today, right?
Starting today, yes, absolutely. We both weighed in this morning.
Yeah, I'm not off to a good start.
we're gonna see. What did you eat?
Candy for breakfast.
Oh my god. We started this an hour ago.
I ate 3 packets of sixlets before we started.
Wow. All right.
I gotta get my candy off my desk.
I guess I'm in the lead.
Yeah. I'll do better the rest of the day, but I gotta get my candy off my desk.
Oh, that's fine with me. I can do an extra $100. So we're gonna do 4 weeks. It'll be 28 days. So we weighed in this morning. I will actually do a blog post about it, so that you can see both of our weigh-ins on the website. We even I took a corny picture. Sam just stood there like a lump on the log.
I did.
So I actually flexed and made a face because I'm fun like that. Sam's lame.
I am.
So, yes, you are. So that'll be on the blog. I'm working. Oh, Jesus, depends on what I have to. If I can get caught up, because I've got a lot of stuff that I'm backed up on because I had to play Hero Monday morning.
Oh my goodness.
Which really fucked up yesterday.
It fucked up my yesterday too, because... Yeah.
Anyway.
I was going to say, let me tell this...
catch up.
Yeah, I'll tell the story of what happened. So, Sunday night, I had to take all 3 kids home to Sterling. Because we'd had Easter down here with Mike, but the girls had an FBLA thing to go to, and Ty had to work. So I had to have them back before Monday morning. So I was like, okay, we'll drive them. We get 58 miles from Mike's house. I looked it up to know how far it was going to be. 58 miles from Mike's house on the highway in literally the middle of fucking nowhere. The closest town is 16 fucking miles at midnight on Easter. And blow a fucking tire.
Yep. It was dark and windy. It was a horror story worthy. It's a dark and windy night.
It was. And then I call Mike. Mike's the first person I called because I'm thinking, well, shit, I can't drive the other 100 miles home on a donut tire. That's too far. Whereas Mike can just take it back.
I did 58.
I still would have had to come back in the morning too, though. So it would have been like 400 miles on a donut tire. Can't do that.
Yeah.
So I call Mike and I'm like, hey, I need you to bring the Fiat to me. We'll change the tire. You can limp my car home and I'll take the kids home in the Fiat, which let me tell you is an adventure because I'm not a little person. Ty is not a little person. Annika is not a little person. It is a two-door Fiat 500. I'm pretty sure we exceeded the weight limit in that fucking car, let alone the space limit. So I have the girls jammed in the back seat. Ty and I are like this, and I'm driving like... I told Arabeth finally when we stopped to get gas that I should have just... The more comfortable way to actually for us all to get home is I should have made her drive home and me get in the back seat with Annika. Because I would have fit very comfortably behind her in the back seat, better than trying to drive. But she was like, well, and I'm like, it's fine. We are all adjusted. We're all set. We're all wedged in here. It will be okay. We'll make it home. But I couldn't find the jack in my car.
Oh yeah, then she wigged shit.
And I'd called Mike and I went to look, make sure I had the jack so we could put the donut tire on, and I couldn't find it. Well, I've had a microwave. It's just a little cheap
What? No.
$30.
Before that, you called AAA, and
Oh,
they were
okay.
like,
I called State Farm because with State Farm I have roadside assistance. So I put in the claim just to have, because I couldn't find the jack. I just needed somebody to come help me change a fucking tire. I sit there for 45 minutes and they're still looking for service. So I'm like, is there a possibility that I'm gonna be able to get help tonight? That's all I wanted to know. And I'm chatting with the stupid chat service, and she's like, we are looking for, and I'm pretty sure it was a fucking computer or somebody who doesn't speak English. So Mike gets there. I'm still like, I'm all been out of shape. I'm like, I don't have a fucking jack. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm like crying and being a spaz.
so she starts looting through the back of the trunk.
No, I called him first. I got in the car and called.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, well, we're looking for somebody. And I'm like, you don't understand the concept of the fact that I am 40 miles from the nearest tow place in the middle of nowhere in the dark and wind. I just need to know if I'm actually going to get help. I get pissed off. I go and I start looting through the trunk. Well, I have this microwave that's been in my trunk for 3 months that my mom, who's an over-the-road truck driver, she spent $40 on it, asked me if I'd take it somewhere, do something with it. We were going to try and give it to somebody. It was just one of the tiny little ones. It's like this, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I finally take it, shot put that bitch across the fucking median. I was so pissed. I'm like, I just chucked it, and I hear it slam, crash, roll down the fucking sidewalk. I like lost my shit and chucked the fucking microwave.
I wasn't even in the Fiat, and I heard it explode in the dirt somewhere. But it was so dark you couldn't see it.
But it was hindering me from being able to actually lift up the trunk floor to find out if there was actually a jack in there. So I get that chucked, I get everything else in my trunk shoved, pushed to the back, and I can lift that up. And I was like, oh shit, there, I do have a jack. So I'm like having this fit, and Mike's sitting in the Fiat because it's cold as fuck. We don't know what we're doing. So me having my fit, I'm like crawling in my fucking trunk and taking the jack out. I'm throwing shit. And I'm all super pissed off. I go over and I'm like bawling and pissed off, and I'm like, I'm just gonna change this fucking tire. So I'm loosening the lug nuts, and Mike comes out and he's like looking at me like,
yeah.
I get the first two loosened up, and I'm trying to loosen the third one, and I'm just bawling, and I'm like, Mike's like, let me, I got them, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. So Mike was super my hero, took the rest of the lug nuts off, put the car up on the jack, got the tire changed, helped me get the kids switched over, everything. It was a little dramatic.
Yeah.
But I felt better after throwing the microwave. And then I had to call and tell my mom yesterday morning, hey, so was that microwave important to you? She's like, why? What happened? And I'm like, because I may have putted it at mile marker 52. She's like, what? So I had to tell her what happened. She goes, did it make you feel better? I'm like, oh yeah, throwing that fucking microwave made me feel a whole hell of a lot better. She goes, well, then it was $40 well spent.
It's funny because I said, we could have just given that to Dan. He needs a microwave downstairs. Mm-hmm. Probably not that one.
Nope. It blew up.
It blew up, yeah. I saw part of its cover somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah. Should still be in big enough pieces when you pick it up.
I was going to say, so, and then I was mad and I just left and I littered. And then the whole way I felt so bad. So when I head home on Friday, I'm pulling over at mile marker 52 because I was literally like 20 feet from the mile marker 52 sign. That's where I know where I am. I'm going to pull over and clean up my mess because that's rude.
Yeah.
Oh, Neo's here. Neo says hi. It could have been someone nowhere near where you are. They need better. That's exactly what it was. I'm sure she was in like, and you could tell this lady I talked to has never been outside of city limits. Like she has no concept of what it's like to be in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And that stretch of road between, I'd say between Brighton and Fort Morgan is pretty fucking desolate.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Absolutely nothing. It was like pitch black. If it wasn't for the full moon being out, which was amazingly beautiful, by the way.
Yeah. So, I mean, because she said that she had to Google it and look. She's like, oh, there really is nothing in that area. And I'm like, no, when I told you I'm in the middle of nowhere, I literally mean I'm in the middle of nowhere. So once Mike got
Welcome,
it was
welcome to the
almost,
armpit of Colorado.
she's like, well, they say to give it 90 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, that's 90 minutes once you have a provider. It has taken you on.
Yeah.
It took them almost 2 hours, and I canceled the call, and they still hadn't found anybody. And I'm like, what a waste of my time. Like, I can't imagine what happened if it was a real. And they're like, if you don't feel safe or it's a real emergency, call 911. I'm like, bitch, I'm sitting here on the side of the road in the dark. I don't need to call 911. I just need somebody to help me change my tire.
Right? Hey, KDC's here. Hey,
Hey,
Michael, I made it
Casey.
to this live stream. Awesome, KDC.
That's awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I think you missed Sam's story, so you'll probably have to watch that on repeat.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's awfully dramatic.
After demolishing a microwave.
Hey, I felt better, and that's what really matters.
Yeah, yeah.
I really did. I was standing on the side of the road losing. Like, it's not very often that I fall apart, and not like I did. I was mad, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, and I was so frustrated. I mean, really, I threw the microwave. Like, and I'm not talking about, like, I was like, I took that bitch and like,
Oh,
ah!
yeah, it's gone. It's all over mile marker 52.
Yeah.
I heard it explode when it landed.
Oh, completely.
So anyway,
Anyway, what is our actual topic?
is holiday eating and being okay with it.
Yes.
Are you okay with how bad you picked down this weekend? I am from an emotional standpoint, but physically my body's saying, no, you're not.
Yeah, that's where I'm
You're
at.
not doing okay at all today.
I'm not mad or disappointed. Like, I'm super glad that I got to go hang out with the family and have the food. In all honesty, the food that, now the amount of food was a different story, but the food that I actually ate out at Nanny's house wasn't bad, really. I mean, it was brisket, it was broccoli, green beans.
Healthy from a standpoint, but even healthy foods are bad if you eat 2 dinners worth.
Yeah, because I did. I mean, I probably ate a good 4,000 calories on
Well,
Sunday.
see, and technically what we had wasn't bad either. The worst part of our dinner here was the rolls. Everything was proteins.
And those
Fucking
rolls were
everything.
so good.
Outside the rolls, everything was a protein.
Uh-huh.
So we essentially did a protein night.
Yeah.
No potatoes, no starches, just the rolls.
Eggs, potatoes, or eggs, ham, and rolls. That's it.
Yep. Because we're lame like that.
A little bit, but
At least I got my deviled eggs.
yeah. And I mean, we typically don't do a huge like Easter feast or something like that. We typically just eat a shit ton of candy. And in all honesty, I did not put a lot of candy in our baskets this year.
Hey, KDC says, you're right, Michael. Those 2 pounds were a fluke. I weighed myself this morning, and I was 2.5 pounds smaller. So Sam wasn't here, so I'll explain it real quick. Last night, KDC was a little upset because he gained 2 pounds over the weekend, and like I told him, that when you eat a bunch of junk one day, don't sweat it, because it's usually just going to drop off anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact that I lost 1.5 pounds this morning on the toilet.
Well, in all honesty,
So there's a lot of things that are going to cause your weight to fluctuate rapidly. So
even that 4.2 pounds that I weighed,
most of that's gonna be water.
I was gonna say by Wednesday, by Thursday morning,
Tuesday.
I'll step on the scale Thursday morning, and I will probably be back down to where I was last Tuesday easily. Because I will drink water. I'll drink this whole bottle today, and I'll probably drink 2 of my bottles at work. And I'm not going to eat
Get
super
yourself
healthy.
saturated.
Yeah. I'm not going to eat super healthy today just because I need to put my candy bucket away. And
Because she already started with her
yeah, I ate 6 for breakfast.
nutritious. But we already established that. You see, if we would have had carrot cake,
Yeah,
Carrot cake is healthier than donuts.
it is. But yeah, I will be down probably where I was last Tuesday. I'll lose that whole like 4.2 pounds
Yeah,
with
it's like the 2 pounds. 2.4 is what I gained, and I bet I'll be back down below 230 by tomorrow. Actually,
yeah.
so yeah, you can't don't sweat too much about gaining a little bit on the scale after like a holiday feast, because as long as you get back on track, you'll burn it inside of a day or two.
The biggest thing to
As soon as
remember,
you process it, your body has to process all that junk. So once you're done digesting everything completely, which can take up to 3 days depending on the density of the food and how well your body does digest stuff, because everybody's different. But it usually takes anywhere from 24 hours to 72. So after 3 days, you should be back down to where you were, as long as you maintain being good.
so I think, everybody forgets that life is too freaking short. This is the life you get. Why make yourself miserable? And
Yeah.
not eating what you want with your family on Easter or Christmas or Thanksgiving or really is detrimental to your overall weight loss, I think.
Uh, I think a lot of it has to do more with your mental
Yeah.
capacity towards weight loss, because then you start resenting your diets and
Mhm.
start hating them, and once that starts taking into effect, you start putting in less effort because you already have this assumption that it's going to crap out. It's the same reason why I suggest, like, when you're looking for what is the best diet, well, the best diet's whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Some people excel on keto, other people excel on just cutting out a bunch of junk throughout the day. Once you start looking at it with a negative viewpoint,
It doesn't work.
then
It
no,
could
you start resenting yourself. You start resenting everybody around you because they're eating all this good shit and you can't, and
You know what? It could be the
all kinds of stress.
like it could be the world's perfect diet that's had thousands of people research and be like guaranteed to make you drop this weight. But if you, one, don't believe in it, two, don't like it, three, aren't going to follow it, then it doesn't fucking matter if it's the world's perfect diet. If you hate it and aren't going to do it,
Exactly.
it's not the diet that works for you.
Yep, exactly. I know that a lot of people like that instant gratification shit, but real life doesn't work that way. That's how things roll.
Yeah.
There is no magic pill that you're going to pop that all of a sudden, bam, you'll hit your goal weight the next day.
No.
Even, like, I don't know. I was going somewhere with that and I forgot. So,
But so I mean,
it's brilliant.
you go to birthday parties, you go to holiday things with your family and everything like that, and then you're trying so hard to be good while the rest of your family is enjoying their time and sitting around talking and having food because most family gatherings do tend to center around food.
Mhm.
And if all you're trying to do is watch what you're eating, you're concentrating more on that and you're missing out on what is going
Yeah.
on. And then you're sad because, man, I'd really like a bite of that fucking birthday cake. Like,
Well, then people get this misconception that if you have one slice of cake, then you're immediately going to gain all that weight back.
yeah,
Like, no, digest it, and I bet that most people can have a cake as long as they go back to their routine afterwards, that you won't even notice on the scale.
I mean, that's really the thing is allowing yourself that flexibility, but also getting back to being good. That's
Mm.
one holiday, one day of being bad should not turn into 3 months
One, yeah.
of,
3 months of binging on Easter candy.
yeah. I
Like
mean,
we used to do back in the day when I weighed 300 plus, we used to go down to Walmart
oh,
the day after
the day
holidays
after holidays.
and
Oh
buy
God.
all of that shit that was on sale. And so we would have Easter candy for months.
Yeah.
KDC says, I technically had a cheat day last week. My mom and sister came from out of town. We had a huge family get together. We ate HOJ, which is House of Japan.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't know what that is. We don't have one here, but I can I can relate. We pigged out at um, Mongolian bar. What was it? Hoo Hot.
Who hot for?
Hoo Hot's amazing, God. And Hoo Hot's not
I
all
was
that
gonna
bad.
say it's.
As long as you stay away from the noodles and the rice, Hoo Hot is a protein day.
Yeah.
That's all I have. When I go to Hoo Hot, I have uh, a meat proteins. Usually it's chicken, and then I'll load it up with mushrooms, onions, green peppers, and I think that's about it because I'm kind
Yeah.
of lame. But I'll change up the sauce sometimes. And so yeah,
I love Who hot.
it's healthy as shit. Hoo Hot's amazing. I'm just not a big noodle fan.
Ooh, we should go there for lunch when we're done with this.
What, Hoo Hot?
Yeah.
You paying?
Yeah.
On a day that I have like no time.
I don't have a. We'd only have. We can't do it today. We'd have to go on a. Because I don't have a lot of time either. I have to shower today, and I only have half an
I
hour
didn't
when we're
do
done
yeah.
here.
I didn't do shit yesterday because I was exhausted.
Okay,
So
never
now I'm
mind.
playing catch up.
That's
So
fine. Who hot someplace we can go when we're being good. So
yeah. Anyway,
anyway,
um yeah. This is your show.
it's your topic.
That's because you don't come up with topics. I
I come
asked
up
you
with topics,
I've been asking you for like 3 months now to come up with a list of stuff so we can have them ahead of time
and you said you would do some keyword searches.
for the blog.
But okay, so let's go back to our topic. Anyway, I mean, there's just no point in making yourself miserable when you're trying to lose weight.
Yeah, and there's a
Because
lot of good foods out there. Like, I don't know if I can go in Easter without having Cadbury eggs. I love Cadbury eggs. I didn't see any Oreo Cadbury eggs this year,
I saw
and
one,
only a few of the Reese's. And
yeah,
I bought
I
one.
saw one, and I was gonna buy it, but somebody had squished it. It was at a Walgreens. There was one in the box with the Cadbury eggs, and I was like, oh, I should grab that for Arabeth.
Yeah,
And somebody had squished it, and I was like, fucking assholes.
I hate people. Vandals. KBC says HOJ is a Japanese steakhouse. Think of hibachi, but they have professional chefs who cook and perform in front of you. Oh, kind of like Benihana. Then they have yum yum sauce and egg yolk.
Yum. I used to go to a place here in Colorado, it's not open anymore, that was like that. That's where we went for dinner for prom. Our junior year
Yeah.
was to, or no, senior year was to the place that was over there. I wish it was still there. It was awesome. It was so good. You'd sit down and the chefs would cook on the table in front of you. It was amazing.
Yeah. I like Who Hot. Hey,
Yeah.
Chris, how's it going,
Hey,
buddy?
Chris.
Um, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Woo.
like,
What I was saying is that
oh,
I don't think I can go any Easter without Cadbury eggs or, well, with you and jelly beans. Or I do miss not having a 1 pound chocolate rabbit.
I couldn't find one.
Should just bought it when I saw it.
Yeah, I didn't find one.
But that's okay because
I mean,
I got a Reese's rabbit and a Reese's egg, which I haven't even opened yet.
in all honesty,
Cause
that's what happens when you go shopping the Friday before Easter.
yeah, we like zero planning this year.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, let's just throw shit together. All right.
But, and even this basket of candy that I'm sitting here looking at going, I'm going to have to put this shit away. Because,
Oh, yesterday was bad. I've been eating these Dunkin' Donuts coffee flavored jelly
oh
beans.
yeah?
Oh, they're so good.
Have you
I
eaten?
like them a lot. I've ate quite a few
Yeah.
iced coffee flavored jelly beans from Dunkin' Donuts.
I saw those and I was like, ooh, there's going to be a lot of people that want to try those.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Probably a little bit too much. But, let's see. It's only 110 calories for 20 pieces. That's a lot of
That's a
fucking
lot
jelly
of jelly
beans.
beans, actually.
So I can cut that in half and just have 10 and be happy.
Yeah.
So,
But here's the thing.
but
Are you going to?
yeah, I'm not a big fan of jelly beans in general. I do like the taste of these, but I can easily.
Yeah,
Out of everybody we know, I am the one who can actually break shit down by serving size
right. I've
and
been doing
stick
pretty
with
good
it.
with it.
So I can have an entire package of cookies. I haven't even touched. Maybe I've only had like 6 of that package of Nutter Butters that I bought a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
I'm really, when I've actually put effort into it, I'm really good at portioning my shit. The real challenge is going out and getting ice cream.
Right.
I can't portion that shit out at all.
The one that I have problems with is instead of an Easter bunny this year, I got a box of almond
Almond
roca.
Roca. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was sitting here playing Diablo
You ate most of it?
and ate over half the box.
Holy shit.
When you think about, okay, so
Which is funny because I play video games to stop from snacking. You're like, hey, I'm playing video games. It's time to snack.
yeah,
Oh, well.
but I don't know what I'm gonna do with all my candy.
Put it in the bucket. And then everybody else is going to eat it.
Then everybody will eat it and I'll be sad.
Well, figure out how to portion your shit or dump it. Those are your choices.
I know how to portion my shit.
Or you can just say, fuck it today and hork it down.
Well, as I
And
said, I wasn't
six
gonna.
for breakfast.
I said I wasn't gonna be super good today because I was gonna eat a bunch of the shit that I can't portion.
See, and I'm being good today. So at the end of this 28 days, someone's going to be paying me $100.
No, not me.
Uh-huh.
'Cause,
We shall see.
I mean,
Oh, so everybody is kind of late, so I want to bring it
Okay.
up real quick. We decided not to do a 6-day weight loss bet because both of us sucked ass, and we thought that $100 over 6 days is kind of excessive. So we are doing 28 days starting from today. So 4 weeks from today, we'll weigh in and then do the whole thing. I am writing a blog post about it. It'll be crossingcolorado.com's website probably Friday. It depends on when I can get stuff done. So, yeah. Anyway,
awesome.
there, just
And
catching
then
everybody up.
I think when that's done, I want to do a summer challenge because Annika is gonna spend the summer, and her and I are gonna double down and really try and get her thinned up a little bit.
Cool.
She put on my work pants. That's what she's taking to FBLA State. Is she's wearing my work pants and they're not too big for her. And I went, yeah.
Well, she's built a lot like you, so even skinny, she's going to be big.
She's gonna be big, but she's not.
Yeah. Neil says, Sam, you will be a guest writer on the blog.
If I actually got off my butt
Yeah.
and wrote blogs, I'm not even a
Yeah,
guest writer. I actually have my own setup and login and everything.
Yeah, she's an actual author
I'm
on
an
the
actual
website. But
author on the website.
I think she's done one article in 2 years. Yeah. What? Go ahead, argue.
On Crossing Colorado. I'm like, no, because I've done 3 articles, but those were on Colorado Place, not Crossing Colorado. Have I even done one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I did what is
your
I
wheat-
did
your
the what is
keto.
keto.
Yeah. You're supposed to do a keto breakfast recipe one, and I gave you a ton of ideas for your keto stuff, and you're like, yeah, I can do that. The fuck you can.
Right? I'm a slacker.
Yes. Anyway, so the whole point of today was
It's okay to hang out with your family and eat food. As long as it doesn't continue, as long as it's not a completely falling off the wagon, it's a enjoying your life.
yeah. Because you can eat like shit for one day. If you go back to being good, you won't even notice the weight on the scale after a few days.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I'm not saying you should go out and make yourself sick like I did.
No, that's never a
But-
good idea.
And last night was a horrible night.
And I mean, if you have dietary restrictions because of health reasons,
Well, that's
Then-
different.
That's a whole different story. If you have dietary health issues, always follow that and just be sad. But
Yeah. That would be almost like common sense, but
yeah, well, hey, you gotta put it out there,
yep. Because some people need practical advice, which is why there's packages out there of that silicone stuff that say "Do not eat this."
right?
Well, look, I got a receiver and a pack of chiclets. I've got music and gum. Anyway, Katie says off topic. I'm going to make my move on that girl I told you was my soulmate. It's crazy because she's like 6 to 9 years older than me, but I can't stop thinking about her.
Do it.
If she rejects me, that's okay, but I'm gonna remain optimistic.
Hey,
Hey, Michelle was 8 years older than me,
yeah.
so you're not gonna call her a chomo?
No, he's also not a 19-year-old little boy
I was
who is being taken advantage
I
of
was
by a
20.
married woman.
I was 20. She was 28.
Yeah,
Yeah.
different situation.
It's amazing what 4 years difference can make.
It is,
Yeah.
honestly.
Anyway.
Anyway, no, I mean, again, it's all about live your best life. And, these people who, it's a little bit on topic, but a little bit off topic, but these people who are all about, oh, I'm just going to be fat and I'm just going to, fat is beautiful and all this stuff that we talked about before when we talked about the fat shaming,
Yeah.
is, yes, while they are living their best life, but they're really not, because they're not living their healthiest life, and there's so much more in this world that you can do when you're not
Yeah.
overweight and when you
Well,
are living your best health. But on occasion, eating with your family and hanging out and being part of that and being in that moment is more important than, oh, I'm doing keto, I can't eat this cheesecake I want because it's got too many carbs in it. But
yeah.
everybody, I did turn down, I didn't have a second cheesecake.
There we go. Probably because you ate a dinner before you left here.
Well, okay, Alyssa
There
makes,
wasn't much room you could stack another
no,
cheesecake.
they're small. Alyssa just makes these little 4-ounce individual serving cheesecakes. And they're super good and they're small. They're like perfect size for, a lot of times we make them keto. She
Yeah.
does them in the sous vide and they're amazing. And they're sealed in just a canning jar. So she made a lemon ginger one, which was phenomenal, so good. And I tried that one, and I really wanted to try a regular one. And everybody else ate a second one, and I looked at it, I'm like, no. While my mouth is like, yeah, do it. That'd be yummy. The rest of me goes, bitch, don't.
I'm about to hurt you if you do.
So
That's what my body did yesterday.
yeah,
I had about, I don't know, short after dinner, and I was really having a hankering for some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Well, my stomach said, I'm going to make you pay, but my
oh,
mouth said, nah, it's worth it.
oh,
And it made me pay. It was a bad night.
oof,
Always listen to your body, because it's going to tell you, hey, you might enjoy this, but I'm going to hurt you.
yeah.
So you got to be pretty close to keeping track of that shit.
Well, and that's, I mean, even if you're gonna eat with your, um, yeah, okay, so Chris says, good job, Sam. Not eating seconds totally counts. And it does. I
Yeah.
mean, just because you're gonna go all out doesn't mean that you should go all out and have seconds, thirds, fourths of whatever you're eating. I had fairly reasonable portions at both.
Yeah, I started. I only had like 4 halves of deviled eggs, so that 2 eggs total.
Same here.
And then I just had the 3 Hawaiian rolls, which are kind of small,
Yeah,
and I stuffed that with a few slices of ham.
same here. That's
Yeah,
all I
so I
had.
was now the chocolate after the fact. That's a whole
Again,
different
the whole
story.
Easter basket's a little excessive, but
Yeah, the amount of sugar I had in the last couple of days was a little
over
beyond.
the top.
Yeah, But that's okay because I'm going to get back on track, like I said, and I bet that I'll be back down to where I was by tomorrow, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Don't fret the one day.
Yep. But just make it one day.
Yeah, don't make it a, I'm going to have a cheat year.
Because we've talked about this a lot before.
Because that turns into a cheat decade and you wind up being 300 plus pounds.
Well,
So
we've talked about this before.
And then your heart stops.
Is I have a really bad habit of having one day that turns into 3 months.
Yeah. That's like Katie says. I realize now it's a lot easier to maintain a certain weight than lose it.
It really is.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to see, and that is one of the things I'm having an issue with. I believe that it is only as hard as you make it. You put yourself in a caloric deficit, and you're going to lose weight no matter what.
Losing weight is difficult. Maintaining a certain weight is easier.
I can't wrap my mind around that mentality, really.
How do you figure? You do very well at maintaining a weight. You do not do very well at losing a weight. And that's what he's saying.
Because I approach it with a half-assed attitude.
Okay.
If you put in half-assed effort, expect a half-assed result. If I decided that I'm done being at 230, I will be below 200 before the end of the month.
Yeah. But in general, maintaining a certain weight is easier than losing.
To me, it's just numbers.
I
quantify everything, though. Everything to me is quantifiable. And so, like when you say that, I don't see number-wise. No, it's the same for me.
But it's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
But it's not.
But it is. It's all has to do with motivation.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. Don't even start because I will go off on you on that. Go ahead. Try me. It is 100% motivation. It's all your mentality towards it. If you decide that you were done and you decided I am going to do this and put in the entire commitment to do so, then yes, you will be at your goal weight.
But here's the whole statement on this. That takes a lot of fucking effort. You have to put forth effort to lose weight. You don't have to You don't have to put forth effort to maintain, which is why it is easier to maintain.
You would still have to put in effort to maintain it because it would be too easy to sit there with an entire bag of Oreos.
If you are used to eating certain...
For me, it is all numbers.
Yeah, it still is. I agree. It is easier to maintain. Now, it's a lot of times if you're willing to put forth the effort, it's not hard to lose. It just takes more mental effort than it does. I mean, that's, in all honesty,
the hardest part is mental.
Yeah, most of weight loss is mental, and it's something people don't realize. Most people realize that most people think that weight loss is a completely physical thing. But it's not.
If you think about it, 90% of all success is going to be mental.
Yep.
I am where I'm at today because I made the conscious decision to become a writer. Like I was telling Ty, if you make the decision and follow through with that decision to be whatever the hell you want to be, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
But you have to make that decision. A lot of people don't. A lot of people will approach it with a half-assed mentality, which leads to a half-assed result.
Yeah.
I am a writer today because I chose to be a writer. I'm not at my goal weight today because I chose not to put in the effort.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kitty C says, it's hard though, Michael, because I crave fast food some days. I don't, but I've never been a big fast food fan. That's a lie. Taco Bell's my weakness. Getting a calorie deficit makes sense scientifically, but we are not factual creatures, more emotional than anything.
So,
yeah, emotions do run high, but I am too much of a scientist. I look at everything from a quantifiable standpoint, but that's what works for me. like I was saying earlier, you gotta find things that work for you.
So, KDC, I also have a huge problem with fast food. Um, Part of that is powering past cravings. We talked about cravings last week and
See
the
that?
reasons for them, and the other part is a time issue. Actually, when I'm doing keto and losing weight and doing good, I actually end up eating fast food at least 2 to 3 times a week. But it's what
It's how
you
you eat.
eat.
Yeah,
It's,
because you get it without the bun, and we already established that just the bun like cuts half the calories and carbs out right there, or
yeah,
most of the carbs actually, because the bun is loaded.
yeah.
But if you just have the meat and cheese, you're good to go.
So,
That's a
I mean,
protein day.
in all honesty, it's how you approach it because you can still eat. I figured out, I think the only fast food place that I haven't figured out something else I can eat, like doing keto, is KFC.
Yeah,
But everywhere else I can eat keto at fast food
yeah.
and it's,
I don't
there's
see.
no
And I don't
reason
want.
you need to go into a fast food place and order 8,000 calories worth of food.
No, like when we go to McDonald's, you got me doing the whole double cheeseburger without a bun and the
Spicy McChicken
the
without a bun.
spicy McChicken without a bun. And our McDonald's
Gives you a
figures that
salad.
since there's no yeah, since there's no bun, let's give you 3 times the lettuce.
So he gets
So
a
essentially, you get a chicken salad,
getting a spicy McChicken salad.
which is fine because I actually like it that way, so I don't really mind it.
You know, it's weird. It's more difficult to eat, but one of the things I've learned, and I actually a lot of times will stick with this when I'm not doing keto, is I actually have learned I like my burgers a lot without the bun.
Yeah,
Flavor wise, because half the time, especially fast food buns are just,
yeah.
they
Well,
don't
they're
have
processed or
flavor or,
frozen, so
I
yeah,
mean, they're just filling.
yeah. Like I like the double cheeseburger without a bun. I just get there with a fork and eat it like I would a steak
Yeah.
or a burger, and I like it. So KDC says I don't have a problem with food. We already
With
fast
fast
food.
food.
I usually cook on my cook my own food, but today I'm craving fast food. I have not had fried chicken in months. Taco Bell as well. Um, yeah, Taco Bell is my weakness, but I prefer. Sam's the one who says let's get Who Hot or let's stop off at Wendy's on the way to or Walmart or stuff like that. I am perfectly content with eating whatever I have in the house because I buy foods I like. But I don't get fast food cravings. It's like the only time I ever really I can't even say that I crave Taco Bell. It's like if somebody asks me I'm going out, what do you want? I'll say Taco Bell is default or Chinese food. But if you don't bring up the question, I won't even think about it. I am more content with I have chicken wings in the freezer. I've got fries. I've got usually I have Trader Joe's or something. My soups. I have a lot of stuff that I like. So I don't understand how people can crave fast food.
I don't
It's weird. To
necessarily
me, it's weird.
I don't necessarily crave fast food. I'm just lazy.
They got rid of the salads at our McDonald's. I was pissed. Yeah, I saw that at a lot of places.
Most of them did. But well, a lot of that had to do with people weren't buying it, so it was just going to waste. So they were like, we're not going to do this." Like,
Yeah, because we're Americans.
yeah.
I have not eaten pizza in months.
I wish I could say the same thing.
I haven't had a good pizza in months.
Mm.
We like to do the keto. See, there we go. We can do a keto pizza video
Yeah,
and show people how to make it out of the portobello mushrooms. Those are really good.
I love this a lot.
It isn't keto, but I make pizza with chickpea crust.
Huh?
Huh? We
Interesting.
do it. What we do is we get the big portobellos, and then we line it with all the pizza toppings,
Oh yeah, it's so
which is
good.
like it's a fraction of the calories, and it tastes just like a pepperoni pizza with mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like portobellos or if you like mushrooms at all, it's a really good recipe.
Yep. I like to go if I'm gonna go get pizza when I'm doing keto. I like to go to Mod Pizza,
And get the
the cauliflower crust pizza.
cauliflower crust. And you brought that to me, and it tasted just like the flat pizzas.
Yeah, the thin. Yep.
The thin crust. Yeah, the thin crust pizzas from Domino's. That's what it tasted like. It was great. I liked it a lot.
It's funny because I have since had a regular crust at Mod Pizza, and I'm like, huh, I almost like the cauliflower crust better.
It depends on it depends on the breading they use. Like so far, still my favorite is Pizza Hut. I like Pizza Hut's crust. I just wish they cooked their supreme pizzas a little bit better
Yeah,
because
they need
it's
to be
kind
a
of
little more
sloppy.
done.
Yeah, yeah, just a bit more. Um, let's see. Neil says I use chickpea to get my daughter to eat pizza. I know she wouldn't eat mushrooms. No.
Uh,
See, my they've loved mushrooms
yeah.
ever since I started making spaghetti sauce. So we'll get a big thing of mushrooms and they'll eat half of it while I'm using the other half in the spaghetti sauce. We'll sit there and eat mushrooms all day. But yeah, I think it's weird when people say they're craving fast food, and I don't know how that feels.
Yeah.
So I kind of sympathize. I know it's a real thing, but I don't get it. So Costco sells cauliflower crust pizza. Do they?
Yeah, I
I
bought
would
one to
stop by and
try.
get me one. Does it really have less calories?
Sometimes you gotta really look at it.
And when it comes to like cauliflower crust pizza, it might not have fewer calories, but it definitely will have fewer carbs.
Not always, because sometimes you have to
You
look at
think?
it because sometimes they use rice flour as a binder
Then what's then what's the point?
because people buy it because it says cauliflower crust. You have to look at the.
That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
it really is.
So I know the calorie count and carb count when you do the cauliflower rice, when we do the teriyaki chicken,
Yeah,
is like way lower
way
than getting
lower.
a regular. So that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuckers. Sue
But
them. Class action lawsuit.
why? It just all they're not saying it has less calories or anything. They're just saying it's made with
No,
cauliflower, so you're
they
getting the
know what.
vegetables.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They put cauliflower on that fucking packaging for a reason.
Uh-huh. Now, they Costco does have one that when I looked at, I haven't tried it yet. I have one in the freezer out there actually that I picked up at Costco. That's a cauliflower crust that actually I was like, "Oh, I could do this."
Like that, Neil. I sneak in broccoli and spinach. She eats it without knowing she is eating vegetables.
Yeah.
I can't stand cooked spinach, but I love raw spinach in my salads. If you can make the crust from scratch, it would have fewer carbs and calories, but store bought is a different story.
Yeah.
Like that could be true with everything, though.
Well, when you make
Like if
stuff
you
from
make shit
home,
yourself, you're not
you
adding all the
control I
preservatives
was
and
going to say
junk.
you
Yeah,
control what's being put in it. Whereas when you're buying mass-produced store-bought stuff, a lot of times it
yeah. Well, that's why I brought this
has.
up one of our previous shows where I prefer cooking my own shit. Oh yeah, you were gonna do the the meal prep stuff,
Oh yeah,
the meal delivery
uh-huh.
services. Yeah, how's that going?
I have to have a little bit more money. I
Yeah,
took vacation, so I have to wait till my paycheck, not this coming up week, the week after.
and she hemorrhaged cash.
Yeah, cause
That's right.
I need to.
I want to get one and start planning out cooking our own and comparing it.
Yeah, I that's what I want to do. I just need a little more money than I've had the last
Yeah.
couple weeks, especially with Easter and everything going on. So
Well, so to wrap things up, it's okay to be bad as long as you don't make it an excessive habit.
it's okay to not beat yourself up for being bad is really what it's
Yeah.
about. Because again, most of weight loss is mental,
Hmm.
and if you get down and upset about how I ate two Easter dinners, I ate my whole freaking Easter basket, and I just messed this up so bad. All you're doing is making yourself feel bad, and there's no reason to do that.
Yeah. Just say, hey, you know what? That was a tasty day. Let's get back on
Moving
track.
on and get back on track. And that's the huge key after a being okay with eating for the holidays, eating for birthdays, going out on rare occasions is not beating yourself up for it. Give yourself that pass and move on. It's the
Yeah.
moving on that, and if you get angry at yourself or get disappointed, then it's just a cycle of bad eating, honestly.
Yeah.
So, in
So,
closing, allow yourself to be human. We're humans. We mess
yeah.
up. We choose
And
to take days
remember,
off, and that's okay.
remember that one donut is not going to cause you to gain 50 pounds.
No, it's the 2 boxes
Yeah.
and the 8,000 calories a day that.
That'll cause it. When you have those um, cinnamon roll, that was 4,000 calories at 7-Eleven. You
Yeah.
eat those every day? Yeah.
Oh my god. I so want to
That
have
was
one.
stupid to
Like
say.
I see they're so good, but once I looked at the calorie count on that thing and I've never eaten another one.
Yeah, well,
I
yeah,
have
when you
not
look at the
had.
nutritional value, you're like, holy shit.
Those are my favorite things too, those Johnson Corner cinnamon rolls. And whatever flavor it was like the whole cinnamon rolls like
Sugar.
yeah,
Sugar
4,000
flavor.
calories for and I'm thinking, God, how many times have I eaten a whole one of those for breakfast?
Well, yeah, well, it's like back in the day when I used to go to Walmart and get those cupcakes. I'd sit there at my desk and eat cupcakes all day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what causes you to gain 50 pounds. Oh, Casey says, why we crave fast food. Some fast food places use special sauces or have meat with a unique taste. White Castle has a unique taste. Taco Bell has its own seasoning. Skyline Chili is known for their chili meat sauce, or
Yep.
meat chili sauce. But see, I don't see, none of those affect me.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that you're stupid or anything. I'm just saying that I get it. A lot
The
of people are probably
What you're
addicted to that
saying
kind of
is
stuff.
you're lucky enough to not.
Have an addictive behavior. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm just awesome that way.
Awesome.
It's part of being a deity
Right?
or immortal. That's what I am.
Okay, before we close,
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna show off my tattoo that I've been sitting here itching this whole time, and because I had to leave early last week to go get my tattoo.
So if you can see it, it's a kind of a lightsaber.
It is a lightsaber on my middle finger, and it's all healy and gross right now, so it's not like looking awesome. And it itches so bad, so I've been rubbing cream on it like this whole show. I've been sitting here like just rubbing the ointment on it because it itches because it's healing.
Yeah.
So I just figured I'd show that
Okay,
off because I had to cut off last week's early.
So what kind of goals we're gonna set for this week? I'm swinging for the fences. I'm going for 5 pounds. I am making the conscious decision, like I was talking about earlier, to say, fuck it, I'm done. Let's do this.
5 pounds. I like that.
Yep. So this next Tuesday, I should be down to 227.
I feel like 5 pounds is cheating because that'll put me where I was last week.
Well, there's no way I could lose more than that.
I'm gonna go with 5 pounds, and if I lose more, I lose more, but because that'll be good. But I'm gonna go with 5 pounds.
All right, cool.
I
And this
also
time,
am going to really keep track. I'm gonna try and use my MyFitnessPal every day because I've been really bad about keeping track. So I'm gonna try really hard to keep track of what I'm eating. Um, and just drink more water. I'm going to drink more water.
yeah. Well, I've had 18. I've had quite a bit of water today between coffee and Emerge, but usually I have 3 of those, so I'll have to fill it up for lunch.
Okay.
So anyway, that's the goal. And I didn't go to the gym yesterday because I was exhausted, but I am going back tomorrow. And I'm increasing the weight by 5 pounds on everything.
Awesome.
So that'll put me over. It should put me over 40,000 pounds.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I am writing an article about my my gym routine, and why I do it this way. So now it should be out tomorrow. There you go.
There you
go. Okay. Do you want to do an outro? I don't remember what we normally do. We just say, fuck it. Bye, guys. Click.
No, we say thank you and catch us next week. Thank everybody for watching us. We talked about what we're going to do. We did that. And
I would like to,
actually have an outro.
no, not just that.
Oh.
I would like to do more videos. I think what we could do is start doing the tastings for all of those keto snacks and shit that we have in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, because we have a lot of those.
We got a lot of Birch Bender stuff,
Yeah.
and I like some of the Birch Bender stuff.
It's
The
hit or
cookie-
miss. Some of it's really good.
Yeah,
some of it's like, what the fuck is this?
The Birch Bender cookie one, it was quite bland, but
Yeah.
the chocolate brownie one was really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell's up with them, but I don't know. We'll have to do some more of that. So we'll get some palmini mashed.
No, we did that already, and I'm good. Thanks.
We should do it without sprucing it up so you can actually see why you don't want to buy it.
I'm good. Thanks.
Outro music would be cool. Chicka chicka bow bow. That'd be porn music.
Oh my goodness. Thanks, guys, for watching us. Join us
Wiki,
next
wiki.
Tuesday. Do your best to be healthy this week. Make the best of this. Remember, take it a day at a time. I mean, that's really
Never
all
give
that
up.
we can do.
Never give
There you
up.
go.
Never surrender.
Have a good week, guys.
Never give up. Never surrender.